Hi guys, now I'm gonna teach you how to multiply two-digit numbers mentally using these two formulas. The first one is vertical multiplication followed by crosswise multiplication and then vertical multiplication. And the second one, vertical multiplication followed by addition and then cancellation. Okay? Okay, let's take an example this. 18 times 17. Okay, so we use this one first. Vertical multiplication, that is 8 times 7 is 56. Okay, you put 6 here and then you carry the 5. The next is crosswise multiplication, so that is 1 times 7 and 8 times 1, so that is crosswise. Okay, so 1 times 7 is 7 and 8 times 1 is 8, so adding them up, 8 plus 7 is 15 plus 5, so that is 20. So you place 0 here and then you carry 2. And then vertical multiplication, so that is 1 times 1 is 1 plus 2, that is 3. So the answer is 306. So you can do it mentally. All you have to do is just practice. But it's a bit easier for those who are used to this formula. But for a neophyte or a beginner, it's a bit harder. So I suggest that for a neophyte, he or she has to use the second formula. Wherein, here it goes, vertical multiplication, addition, and then cancellation. So how is it? Vertical multiplication, that is 8 times 7 is 56. You carry 5 and then followed by addition. So 8 plus 7 is 15 plus the carry, which is 5, so that becomes 20. And then you carry the 2 and then you use cancellation. You cancel this 1 and then you add carry plus 1, so 2 plus 1 is 3, so the answer is 306. Okay, let's take another example. 13 times 12. Okay, so using the second formula, so vertical multiplication, so that is 3 times 2, so that is 6. So 3 times 2, so that is 6. And then addition, so that is 3 plus 2 is 5. Okay, and then cancellation, so you cancel this, that becomes 1, bring down 1, so the answer is 156. Okay, so let's review this. Vertical multiplication and then addition and then cancellation. Okay, so vertical multiplication, that is 3 times 2 is 6, and then addition, the same thing, you're going to add 3 plus 2 is 5, and then cancellation 1, you bring it down, so the answer is 156. So you might wonder why we have to use this multiplication of two-digit numbers using or mentally, if we can use a calculator or any calculating machine. So there is an application, a practical application of this formula. For example, you are on the real estate business. You are buying a land, and as you are conversing with your client, and then he says that his lot is his lot estimates to 1,500 square meters, and the cost per square meter is also 1,500. So how are you going to use this formula, wherein you can do it mentally? You will know the answer exactly without using a calculator or any calculating machine. So you simply multiply the two non-digit numbers, which is 15 and 15. So you multiply it mentally, 15 times 15. So you do this formula, So 5 times 5 is 25, and then you add 5 and 5, which is 10 plus 2, that is 12. Then you carry 1, and then you cancel. So 1 plus 1, so that becomes 2. So your answer for 15 times 15 is 225. And since there are two zeros, I'm sorry, 40, since you are multiplying 1500 to multiply to 1500, so you add the 40, so 225 plus 20 plus 40, 225 plus 40. Okay, so your answer is 2,250,000. So that's very easy. Okay, you don't need a calculator or any calculating machine just to know the answer of 1500 multiplied by 1500, or let's say 1700 times 1700. You multiply 7 and 7, that is 49. You add 7 and 7, that is 14, plus 4, that is 18. You carry 1, so, and 1 plus 1 is 2, so your answer is 289. And you are going to add only the 40, so your answer is 2,890,000. So that's as simple as that. Okay. Okay, let's have a review of this multiplying two-digit numbers where both begin in 1. What I mean is the tens digit are both 1. Okay, so you use this second step, vertical multiplication followed by addition and then cancellation. Okay, so 3 times 2 is 6, 3 plus 2 is 5, and then cancel 1, 156. Okay, as the saying goes, practice makes perfect. If you are just a beginner, probably you'll find it a bit harder when you are using these formulas. But later on, as you are getting used to it, or you are getting familiar with this technique, then you easily compute this mentally. Okay, thank you. Now let's have another example of multiplying another two-digit numbers. In this example, we're gonna multiply two-digit numbers, both end in 5. Okay, let's say 25 times 25 and 45 times 45. For the first one, 25 times 25, it's very easy. You simply multiply 5 times 5, so that becomes 25, and then you carry the 2 on the first digit, and then one of the digit, since they are both 2, you add 1, for 2 becomes 3, and then you multiply it by 2, so that it becomes 6. Okay, so I will correct when I say you carry 2. You don't have to carry 2. So 5 times 5, okay, sorry for this mistake, 5 times 5, automatic, that's automatic. You have to place 25 here. Okay, and the second step is you simply cancel the first one, just add 1 here, so this becomes 3, and then you multiply 3 times 2, that is 6. Okay, let's have another example. 35 times 35. Okay, so 5 times 5, it's automatic. We have to put 25 here. Okay, and then you cancel this 3, you make it 4 by adding 1, and then 4 times 3, so that is 12. So your answer is 1225. As easy as that. So how do we know that we're going to place already the 25 here? Because when we are multiplying two-digit numbers, both end in 5, it's automatic that there are only two possible answers, two last digit answers. If it is not 25, it is 75. Or if it is not 75, then it is 25. So remember that. If we are multiplying two-digit numbers, both end in 5, there are only two answers for the last two digits, either 25 or 75. So, and how do we know if we are going to place 25, the last two digit, or we're going to put 75? Okay, remember this. Since this is a square root, we do have same first digit number because it's a square, it's a squared. Okay, so 25 times 25, 35 times 35, 45 times 45, and so on. So if this is squared, automatic, we're going to place 25. But if it is not squared, then it can be 25 or 75. And on my next video, I'm going to teach you how to know whether we're going to use the 25 for the last two digit of the answers, or we're going to use 75 for the last two digit. On my next video, when you subscribe to this video, I'm gonna teach you that. Okay, but for now, we're just concentrated on this formula. Okay, so let's take another example, the second one. 45 times 65. So the answer is 2,929, 2,925. Sorry. Okay. So how do I get that? Okay. I placed 25 here. So why did I put automatically 25 and not 75? As I've said earlier, it's either 25 or 75. How did I know that I'm going to place 25 here? Okay, it's very simple. You're going to add the first two digits of the tens digits, the 4 and 6. If you add them both, so that gives you an answer of 10, and 10 is an even number. If you add, let's say, 35 times 25, the first two tens digits, 3 and 2, when you add them both, so that gives you 5, and 5 is an odd number. So you are going to place 75 for the last two digit. Okay, another example. When you multiply 85 times 75, the first two digit is 8 and 7. 8 plus 7 is 15. 15 is an odd number. So you're going to place 75 for the last two digit numbers of the answer. Okay, am I clear? You get that? Okay, so since 4 plus 6 is 10, it's an even number. I already put 25 here. And how did I get 29 here? Okay, 4 and 6, the bigger is 6. If I place 65 here and 45 below, same procedure. You only add 1 to the bigger number of the first two of the digit numbers in the tens digit. Whatever is bigger, you have to add 1. So since 66 is bigger than 4, I added 1 here. So 6 becomes 7. And then 7 times 4 is 28. But my answer is 29. Why? I add 1. For my answer, 28. 28 plus 1 equals 29. So my answer is 2,925. Okay? Okay, so you might wonder why in the first example I did not add 1, but here in my second example I add 1 to my answer. Okay, another thing, okay, since this only takes few just a minute to explain this, I'm gonna explain you this. Okay, let's say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. Okay? What's this? Okay, let's say 35 times 25. Okay? So if I add 3 and 2, the answer is a 5. And 5 is an odd number. So automatic, I place 75 here for the last two digit of the result. And then 3 is bigger than 2. So I add 1 here for 3. So 3 becomes 4. And then 4 times 2 is 8. So my answer is 875. I did not add 1. Why? Okay, I'll explain this to you. Here I add 1, and here I did not add 1. Okay. For 0, we have to subtract. Okay. 6 minus 4 is 2, and 2 is here. For 0, you don't add. For 1, you don't add. For 2, you add 1. For 3, you add 1. For 4, you add 2. For 5, you add 2. For 6, you add 3. And so on. So you get the pattern, didn't you? Okay? Again, for 0, you don't have to add any. For 1, you don't have to add 1. For 2, you add 1. For 3, you add 1. For 2, you add 2. For 5, you add 2. For 6, you add 3, and so on. Okay, I repeat. 6 minus 4 is 4. And the difference is 2. What did I say earlier? If the difference of the two first digit numbers is 2, you add 1. Okay? Here, when I subtracted 3 from 2, the result is 1. So, the difference is 1. So, I did not add 1 here. Do you get that? Okay. While here, when we subtract 6 from 4, the difference is 2. So, I add 1. So, for 28 here, I add 1. So, that becomes 2,925. So, again, am I clear? Did you get the point? Okay. So, practice makes perfect. Okay, let's say you are someone asks you what is the product of 95 times 75. So you can do it mentally. You add 9 and 2, the first two digits, which is 11, and 11 is an odd number, so you automatically add 75 for the last two digit of the result, 75. And then the bigger number is 9. You add 1 to 9, that becomes 10, and then you multiply it by 2. So 10 times 2 is 20. Okay, 20. And then since the difference of 9, the difference of 9 and 2 is 7. For 7, you only add 3. Okay, so my answer is 2075. So I add 3. So the result is 2,375 for 95 times 25. 95 times 25. Okay, so 9 plus 2 is 11. That is an odd number, so that becomes 75. Okay, and then you add 1 to 9, which is bigger number, so 10 times 2 is 20. And then since the difference of 9 and 2 is 7, you only add 3. So I add 3 here. So my answer is 2,375. And that's it. Okay. Alright, guys, if you like my videos, you can subscribe to me on my next video. Actually, this is my first my second video, but my first video is just a trial, and it's not about mathematics. It's not about multiplication. It's just about my song. I've sung a song on my first video. Okay, so my name is Ronnie Correa. Actually, I'm a teacher by profession, and I'm doing tutorial. But I've had more than 10 years of working experience as a I'm sorry, as a private school teacher, both in high school and in college. Thank you.